Hello, guys. Welcome back to Spooky 7. I'm Spooky, and today I'm giving 7 weird and interesting theatre superstitions. Now, my story behind this one is I was watching a thing yesterday on Tommy Cooper, and we'll cover it in the first on the list, but he wouldn't wear green on stage, and he ended up in this pink thing, and it was hilarious. But yes, without further ado, our first is green and blue should never be worn on stage. Now, green costumes. As I said, I'm reminded of the legend himself, Tommy Cooper. He actually had a costume specifically made for him in green and refused to wear it. And what did he wear instead? Bright pink. Okay, so back when the first spotlight was invented, it worked by burning a chemical called quicklime. This gave the light its original nickname, the limelight. And true to its name, the light had a greenish glow. So the actor may have been drowned out with this light if they wore green. The other reason it's deemed unlucky is because the actor playwright Moliere in 1673 he was performing in his play The Imaginary Invalid and he started coughing. This was brought on by tuberculosis and he started to hemorrhage. He actually went on to finish his performance but died a few hours later. And he was still in his costume. The colour? You guessed it, green. It's been considered unlucky ever since. Now, blue is also on this list. It is less exciting, but it is worth a mention. Blue dye was expensive, more so than the other dyes, so producers spread a rumour that blue was unlucky for costumes. But funnily enough, blue with a silver lining was considered lucky, as it meant the theatre company could afford expensive costumes and was in turn very successful. Now, number 2, never light a trio of candles. Evidently, an open flame on stage will always be a risk, and many theatres have fallen victim to an open flame. For example, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre burned down when a cannon was set off during a production of Henry VIII. What I believe happened is it was fired through a thatch roof and set light. So, why is it that people can never light a trio of candles specifically? It's said that the person who stands closest to the shortest candle will suffer one of two fates. They will soon be married, or they will die. Coming in at number 3, we have break a leg. Everyone will have heard of break a leg instead of good luck, especially when it comes to the theatre. Otherwise, it's weird pretty much anywhere else. Many theatre folk believe that there are spirits, such as sprites, fairies, anything like that, who use their magic to force the opposite of what you wish to happen. So saying good luck would be wishing misfortune. Another theory is that the word leg doesn't refer to the actor's leg itself, but to the theatrical curtains that mask the backstage that are known as legs, which I didn't know prior to this, so it was very good for me to research. The saying here means you've crossed the threshold from backstage to the stage itself, which, as you'll probably know, is the goal of every actor, thus entering the spotlight. And on to number 4. Never give a performer flowers before a show. Okay, this one isn't gruesome, it's not really much of anything, but it is worth a mention. Giving flowers to a performer is one of the great traditions of the theatre. You'll see people throwing flowers in movies and things like that, roses specifically, to land on the stage. It's a way of telling an actor they did an amazing job and that you love what they did. It is, however, taboo to give flowers before a show, as they haven't done anything yet to earn them. But that does lead us onto a sneaky little bonus that I found. Give the director a graveyard bouquet. Now, what is a graveyard bouquet? Giving the director a bouquet of flowers can be something done by the cast to butter them up for the next round of auditions. But it's the way it's said to be done that gives us a little twist and gives us the graveyard bouquet. 3 guesses, people. It's said that once a production closes, it's considered good luck to give the director a bouquet of flowers that have been stolen from a graveyard to symbolise the production ending, or its quote unquote death. Now, this one I will be very, very surprised if nobody's heard. Never say Macbeth in the theatre. Now, Macbeth is my favourite personal Shakespearean play. You know, it's a thing. And I'm gonna do it. I've got to do it. The whole, is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible? Yeah, okay. Most people go straight to the witches. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. But that's not me. Okay, anyway. It's considered bad luck to say Macbeth inside the theatre, as I'm sure you all know. But why? Well, some of the play draws on witchcraft incantations that supposedly call on evil spirits. Other superstitions say that the original actor who played Macbeth died tragically during a performance at the show, and it's been cursed ever since. Personally, I like the witchcraft theory that Shakespeare drew on these powers and put them into play. The witches got angry at his blatant use of their words and cursed the play. If someone does say Macbeth in the theatre, there are things that can be done, so fear not. Reciting any line from the Lucky play, Two Gentlemen of Verona, which I personally don't know, but I will be finding more about in the next few days or so. Some will tell you to recite this specific line from A Midsummer Night's Dream. If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here whilst these visions did appear. If physical stuff's more your thing, you can exit the theatre, spin around in a circle 3 times and spit. Another says to exit the theatre, run around the building 3 times, say some naughty curse word, and then beg a member of staff to let you back into the theatre. And yes, people, beg. Not ask, beg. Try the phrase the Scottish play instead of Macbeth. You'll save yourself a whole lot of trouble. Number 6. Never have a peacock feather on stage. Now, peacock feathers are considered beautiful to some. Not to me, as you could probably tell. They terrify the life out of me. They look like they're watching me. An actor is never supposed to carry one on stage. This comes from the pattern itself. It's said that the pattern looks like the evil eye. Some people can see it, some people can't. The evil eye is said to be a curse that is cast by a malevolent glare, usually believed to cause injury or death to those on whom it falls. So, because of this, it's said that an actor should never carry one on stage for fear of cursing the audience. And last but not least, turn on the ghost light before leaving the theatre. This one is not really that well known, unless you're in the theatre, and then obviously it will be. There's actually a legend floating around that a burglar broke into a theatre before the ghost light became a thing, and fell off the stage, ironically breaking a leg, and was found like that in the morning. Despite trespassing, he sued the theatre for negligence and won. That's right, he freaking won. Ever since, theatres leave the light on to protect themselves from this happening. That's one theory anyway. The light itself is 3 to 5 feet high and is purely a bulb, sometimes with an open cage, but never any kind of shade. You know, trapdoors, stage edges, orchestra pits, scenery, furniture props, they're all hazards. But there is another theory. Of course, we all know that theatres are famous for their spirits or ghosts, and the ghost light is supposed to help them in their nightly performances, giving them the spotlight to perform in. Otherwise, people say that the ghost light may ward off these spirits. And that is our 7. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm thinking about doing another one of these because, well, frankly, I actually really enjoyed doing the research. So if you do want more, do let me know down in the comments below, and I will happily do it for you again. But other than that, the usual stuff, guys. Give me a shout in the comments below. I will very happily say hi back. Drop a like if you did. Hit the subscribe button. I'm always around. I have been busy for the last few weeks, months. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork because I recently started college and I'm about to start uni in September. However, I will be doing more of these videos for you guys. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys, and I shall see you again very soon. Bye!